So my name is Craig Davis. I'm the Senior Manager for Electronic Communications at the Regulatory Authority in Bermuda. So a CPR week, a 4 days period with the 2 days of the annual meeting and the 2 days of IRF and the shorter window of the in-person SNRF is always a challenge for an organizer to try to actually find topics that appeal to everybody. There are topics that are in everybody's headlights at this moment, whether it be AI, whether it be LEOS, whether it be other elements to it. Not all of them apply to every jurisdiction, and I'll be honest, a couple of the topics have been targeted more at jurisdictions who may have a different size or different thrust than we currently do. That being said, the discussions have been very interesting, regardless of whether our particular environment is doing that particular facet of regulation today. I will say that a lot of these conferences, you get more out of the meetings in between the panels and the discussions that you have with other regulators and in some cases vendors is always very, very helpful. So I think there's a balance, and I think that the IAC has achieved that balance again. And I look forward to seeing what comes out of next year's CPR in Bahrain, as was just announced a few minutes ago. So the Regulatory Authority, I believe, has been a member for longer than I've been at the RA, but I've been very lucky to attend most of the IIC meetings, whether in person or virtual, for the last 5 years. We did miss last year in Thailand. The benefits that I've found since joining is that it's one of the few forums that is really targeted or provides an avenue for regulators. Most other conferences that we attend or otherwise are generally have a thrust of dealing with from a vendor perspective, a sectoral provider, over-the-top providers, other things, whereas the IIC does facilitate, particularly with the IRF and the SNRF, discussions that are purely regulatory in a lot of ways. I've learned an awful lot from people who've attended these sessions, made some great contacts, both in similar sized jurisdictions and in bigger jurisdictions that would not necessarily have actually come across without some very heavy digging and probably pleading with senior management people at different organizations. So we found it very useful. We've used input from other members of the SNRF, for example, in some of our own research over the course of the last couple of years. And it's been very helpful to us, and judging by discussions with those other members, they've also found it useful too.